Hello everyone, my name is Abayomi and you're welcome to my channel. In this series, we are going to learn the C programming language from the ground up. This is going to be a long structured series broken down into clear and practical chunks. The goal is to truly understand how computers work under the hood, to understand memory processes, compilation, and everything that revolves around the C programming language. And here we are going to build something meaningful using C. As you probably know, C is often called the mother of many modern programming languages. If you understand C very well, you understand programming at a very deeper level. So this video will be useful for students studying computer science or engineering, for self-taught developers who want strong fundamentals, for backend developers who want to understand memory and performance better, and anyone curious about how software really works behind the scene. So what are the prerequisites to take this course? Number one, you should be familiar with how to use your terminal. You should know how to use the cd command. Zoom in. The cd command, the make that ls command. You should know how to do your copy, your move, and whatnot. And number two, you should have your IDE of your choice, either your VS Code, your Sublime Text, or even a text editor like Vim or NeoVim. And that is all you need to know before taking this course. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. I'll create a new folder and call it C program for YouTube. C program. So I will cd into the program YouTube and I will open with my NVim, or you can open with any IDE of your choice. So let's create our readme.md. This is where we create our notes. And I'll come here, and so let's talk about C. C is one of the oldest language. It was created in the year 1972 by Dennis Ritchie, and C is portable. It's portable. C is portable. That is, it can run on different types of hardware or operating system. For example, your Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. And C is a general purpose language used for system programming. System programming, for creating compilers, device drivers, interpreters. Let's spell interpreters. Useful in embedded programming, and so on. And C is very close to computer hardware, right close to computer hardware, because it allows access or low-level access to memory. So it allows or gives direct access to the memory through the use of pointers. Let's go through the use of pointers and memory address, like so. And it also has a rich standard library. So rich standard library. So like libraries for input, for IO operation, for input and output operations. So we'll be looking at libraries such as the standard input library, the standard input output.header library, and so on. Another important point about C is that you handle memory management yourself. That is, you allocate and free your memory, unlike many other languages where it is done by the programming language. In C, you have to allocate and free your memory by yourself by using the malloc or the alloc, and at the end of the process you want to use the free function. So let me save this. Now let's go to how to install C. We did not install C directly, so we can't. A point to note: you can't install. We can't install C directly. Instead, we need a compiler. We need a compiler. So C is a compiled language. That is, we have our source code. We have a compiler that turns the source code into a machine code. So our source code is human readable. This is the code that we write. So while the compiler will convert this source code to a machine code that can be understood by machines. And we have different compilers. So let's look at the different compilers that we can use. Number one, we have the GNU compiler collection, also known as the GCC. So we have the CLang, and at the end, and we also have the MSVC, rather, the Microsoft C compiler. So let's look at how we can install it. Installing C compiler on Linux. This is which is very simple. So to install it, you run sudo apt update. So apt is the package manager for Linux, the Ubuntu and the Debian distro, and we also do sudo apt install the build essentials. So once you run this, you have the GNU compiler collection in your system. So I'll copy this and I'll paste. I'll enter my password, and this will install it because I have it already installed. It says 0 newly installed, 0 to remove, and 106 not upgraded. All right. So to check if you have the GCC compiler, the GCC in your laptop, you can just do GCC then --- version. Then you should have this. All right. So for installing C compiler on Mac, you can do scode, select, then --- install, like so, and you can also run this to verify if you have the GCC - version. Again, copy this and I'll paste here. And lastly, to install it on Windows, on installing C compilers or C compiler on Windows, you can go to this website, PS www.ms-ys2.org and follow the instruction here. It's very easy to install on Windows. Now, the other compiler, like we mentioned, if I go back to my note, we have the GCC, we have Clang, and we also have the C compiler, so we can check that. I'm sure I have the three here. So GCC version for this, and if I press CC version 2, this is another compiler too, and the last one is the CLang. You can browse that on how to install the compiler, but anyone should be okay because we have the GCC. You might not need the CC or the CLang and whatnot. All right. So the next thing to do is to write our first program, which is the Hello World program. So we'll let's flesh it out here in the README, then we can then we'll write it out in our C code. So to write a C code, you need the .c extension, right? So the name of the source file must end with .c. So we can create that C, and we need to include some directives. So I'll do include standard input output dot header file. So what this will do for us is to include some libraries that we can use for printing string and whatnot to the standard outputs. All right, and a C code will have a main entry file which is called main, and we need to return either 0 or 1, and this is optional for now, but it's a good practice that we return either 0, which means success, or 1, or any other number, which means failure. So I will do return 0, and for printing out to the standard output, we can do print f, and we can do hello world, and we end it with a new line escape sequence, because C does not the printf function does not add a new line by itself, so we need to tell it that we need the new line here by using this sequence here. This is the \n. So this is how you can write your C, and to compile this you can use the GCC compiler. So to compiling and running your code, your source code, so you can do in bash or any terminal command, you can do GCC, then the name of your file, which we will call main.c, right? And if you just run this without any output name, this will create a.out file, which will be the binary of this main.c, but we want to give it a name. So main.c, the output name should be called main, right? So we'll use this approach, this second approach. That is, we want to compile this main.c into a binary called main, and to run it, we just do main, just call it the current folder, then go to this main binary file and run this. A very important note for those that are using Windows, you will not see, you see something like your main.exe or so after compiling your main.c into the binary, but on Linux it will come in as just main. So let's see this in action. I'll go to my terminal and I'll create a new file called main, and must end with the .c extension. So this .c. So let's include our das file. So call it standard. That is standard input output.header. Then we close this and we create our main entry file. Then we open this code block and we can do return 0. We close this and we do a print f. Then we type hello world, right? Then we escape the sequence for a new line, and we end each statement with a semicolon. So this is our source code, and if I want to compile it, I'll do GCC, that is the GNU compiler collection. Then we call the name of our file main.c, right? And the output should be main. And if you do ls here, you see the main, our source code, and our binary, and we have our readme here, and we can run this main. So if you main, then we have hello world here. So if I don't put this escape sequence here, and if I run here, nothing happens. So it means that we need to compile for everything that we make to our source code. We need to compile it again and we need to rerun. So I'll do gcc.main. Then if I run my main, we have this. It means that there's no new line character here. So to avoid that, we need to add this escape sequence. And to make our life very simple, instead of compiling and running, we can just do compile and also run it at the same time, like so. So we have hello world. So we've come to the end of this first part. This is the introductory part on how to install and how to run your first hello world program. And in the next lesson, we'll look at how we can work with the data types that we have in C programming language. So if you enjoyed this video, please do well to give a like and comment in the section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.